Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and this video is brought to you by the online BBallBreakdown membership. Click the first link in the description below to learn more and join. If you missed my preview of this series from the other day, there were 4 main keys I pointed out. All of them had a significant impact on Game 1, just like I predicted. But none of them was more spot on than the 4th one. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi set the tone in the first half by dismantling everybody the Sixers threw at him. Here's how his field goals charted with respect to who was guarding him. So let's look at this by defender and how Kawhi chose to attack depending on who was between him and the basket. While Butler did start out on Leonard, a simple push of the basketball caught him out of position and asking for help. Harris is there to meet him and does a really good job to keep him out of the lane, then a pretty good contest, but Kawhi is shooting this from 8 feet away. The Raptors isolated Harris down on the block, and the one thing that's notable is the defense's unwillingness to double team. And there wasn't a need for one on this possession. Harris actually does a good job to move his feet and make Kawhi go deeper into his bag of tricks, pulling out a pseudo Dirk leg fadeaway that's highly contested, but goes in nonetheless. The Raptors used the offense to free up a shot for Kawhi on this possession as the defensive rotation gets screwy for Philly. The help on the roll shouldn't be coming from Redick since his man is about 1 pass away. I don't mind his intention, but he's 2 steps too far over. Now that the pass is on its way to Powell, Redick's closeout is coming from a bad angle, allowing Powell a lane to the hoop. This keeps Harris home on the block to help, but this isn't his help either, as he needs to be glued to his man 1 pass away in the corner. He even recovers to get there, but this is Kawhi Leonard, sports fans. You give him a comfortable catch in the corner at your own peril. The Raptors push the ball up the court fast and credit Harris for being on top of him in that left corner on the catch. Kawhi then turns this into an ISO post-up. No double team comes, strangely, and he is able to turn over his right shoulder, lots of airspace on the release to get it over the contest, and it drops through the net. They get Redick involved in the pick and roll, and the Heads does allow Tobias to get back into position around the screen. A simple hesitation, then the floater towards the baseline, and Harris is simply ineffective against Kawhi. Jimmy Butler had the task of guarding him first, and it didn't go so well. They made an attempt to attack Redick with Green down low like my preview said they would, but Green's move was suboptimal. It did somehow get the ball to Kawhi down low, and Jimmy tries the foolish reach around steal and Kawhi just dunks it. Can you hear me shaking my head? The Raptors run Kawhi off a pin down, which slows Butler down a step, then hand it off out top, before hitting Butler with a ball screen from the quite large Marc Gasol. They invite the mid-range shot, but Kawhi will gladly accept this invitation every day, including Sunday. Toronto is clearly targeting Redick in the pick and roll, and the Sixers do a nice job to hedge and keep him from turning the corner. But Butler can't close enough of the gap. Even though it's a great contest, Kawhi just shrugs it off with the bucket. And in transition, Butler is going to need help. A lot of help. Especially if he's going to insist on trying to reach around and steal the ball from a guy who isn't gonna give the ball up like that. It's Ben Simmons' turn in the gauntlet, and on this possession, they run a high post split with Lowry screening and Gasol at the elbow. This turns into a pitch and pick. Simmons does a lousy job trying to get around, leaving Embiid to deal with the pull-up, which drops straight through the net. This was an interesting play as Kawhi is full speed down the court. Simmons gets in front of him, absorbs the contact, but Kawhi just hangs in the air and drops in the short shot. They're going to need another defender in these situations to shadow him. I like how this morphed from a potential post-up for Gasol to a step-up screen, and when it was contained, they just rescreen, and Kawhi hits him with the mid-range shot fake, then step-through floater while Embiid is a second late reacting. Another pick and roll with Redick's man, and this time the Hedge doesn't do anything as Kawhi turns the corner at full speed. Credit Simmons for matching that speed to cut him off, but someone explain why he doesn't get a hand up on this shot. There was no question the crowd had a lot to do with willing the Raptors to victory, and you can be part of that by buying tickets to the next game. The best way to do that to any sporting event, concert, or the theater is to use SeatGeek, a fantastic app that brings in prices from all over the internet, grades them to let you know if you're getting a great value, and best of all, you get my code BBall to save $20 off your first purchase. When you think tickets, think SeatGeek, and think BBall to save you money, so you can be courtside the next time Kawhi detonates all over the Sixers. James Ennis found himself thrust into the battle, and Kawhi immediately takes him to the left block. The faceoff almost sees Kawhi lose his balance and travel, but there's no way Ennis can contest at his size, and Kawhi demonstrates this. Hard to explain how bad this defense is, but Ennis must have thought Kawhi was going to cut to the wing, I guess. Nice find by Lowry, and Kawhi flushes it down hard. We get a Furkan Korkmaz sighting as the Raptors wisely force a switch out top. Just watch Korkmaz's feet to see a good example of poor footwork as they're all over the place, and Kawhi calmly rises up and nails another three. There seems to be a lot of talk of the Sixers needing to double Kawhi because passing isn't a very good part of his game. Well, I've seen enough of Kawhi in the past, plus the examples we saw in Game 1 of his willingness to make the right pass to an open teammate, that while the Sixers need to mix it up on him, I'm confident he'll prove to people that he can dissect the defense with precision passing that leads to scores. To me, Simmons seems to be the best choice to guard Kawhi that they have because of his size. It'll be hard for Kawhi to post up, and his quickness is something that can match Kawhi on the dribble attack. But if Kawhi Leonard continues to destroy the defense like he did in Game 1, this series is going to be over in a hurry, and the Raptors will be the favorites to represent the East in the NBA Finals. Sports fans, Coach Nick again, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then I've got a new online basketball membership where I share with you the best of what NBA teams are doing to help you be more successful on the court. Click the first link in the description or the pinned comment below to learn more. And don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know how you feel about today's video. Check your settings to make sure you get notified each time we drop a new one. After all, at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?